everybody, Ben here from the Bonehead podcast, and we've got an unbox and review, I guess. It's an opening the book and review because we have got Spike 14. This is the brand new Spike that is coming out this Saturday. It's up for pre-order at the moment. Thanks to entoyment.co.uk, my friendly local gaming store, for letting us have access to the goods a little bit early so we can show them off and share them with you guys. So we are going to open up the book and take a look. So let's look inside. Great cover, got the little detail bits on there that you can can I see that? Yeah, kind of separately shiny and slightly raised, whatever the opposite of embossed is. Debossed, don't know, embossed maybe. Anyway, opening it up, what have we got inside? So we've got the classic breakdown of the players here. Now this is just the color scheme from the box, I believe. Yeah, it is. So no alternative cover schemes. In fact, we'll sneak ahead and see if there's an alternative cover scheme in the back. Which there isn't, which is a shame. It's always nice to see like more than one colour scheme. Anyway, let's have a look. So you've got the greetings, you've got the breakdown, we've got the contents page here. Let's have a look at the contents. What have we got? We've got Cold as Ice, famous Norse teams. That'll be fun for us to look at. Norse Rampage's star player Ivar Eriksson. Dirt from the Dugout, Skrorg Snowpelt, Northern Leagues, Coffin Corner, Chat with the Rat, Norse Balls, the Norscan Way, star player Thorsten Stoutmead, Dungeon Bowl update, and then the Mighty Blow comic at the end. So actually there's a ton of content in here. So the first few bits is just a breakdown of the Norse team, which is really cool. So there's a nice bit of background on it, and actually it goes through each of the players, like the positionals, and kind of talks about what their deal is. Now normally you wouldn't bother reading too much into this, but actually with the Valkyrie being a brand new player, the Valkyries are undoubtedly the stars of any Norse team. Fast, agile, and with an exceptional grasp of tactics, it is little wonder why these noble women are held in such high regard. Many are the tavern stories of the epic deeds and heroic plays made by a Valkyrie, with every Norse team having their own fair share of tales to tell of their own Valkyries' exploits. So it really doesn't tell anything about the player, so that's a bit of a shame. That would have been quite cool. And then we've got the breakdown of the team itself. So we've got the full roster and an insane amount of star players. So the great thing about this is you've got a breakdown of the two new traits. So the Drunkard, which means that the linemen, basically, if they want to go for an extra square, if they rush or go for it, it's a 3+, not a 2+. And then Pick Me Up, which is the Beer Boar's special ability that says at the end of your opponent's turn, if there is a standing beer ball within 3 squares of a prone but not stunned friendly player on a 5+, that dude stands up at the end of your opponent's turn instead of your turn. So they can still block, they can still do whatever you want. Now, a ton of star players, but this team here has either Old World Classic or favoured of Chaos Undivided or favoured of Khorne. So we're starting to see the traits in teams become a little bit more of a thing. So this is the first team that you get to choose, basically, which is really cool because a lot of Norse... a lot of people have always tied them into Marauders, Chaos Marauders. So they're like, well, the Norskans are Chaos worshippers. Like, why don't they get access to the Chaos Star players? Well, tick. If you want this to be a Chaos Norse team, they can have favoured of, which is pretty cool. Now, what that does mean is you can't have Ivar in the same team as Hakflem for that ultimate combo, but that's probably a good thing. But it does also mean that these guys have access to Griff, Ivar on the good side, on the old world side, and also Hakflem on the favoured of side. So there's a ton, you can see all the options, like an absolute ton of options of star players for this team, which is absolutely flipping huge, and I like it. Okay, so we've got some famous Norse teams here. So the Arctic Crag Spiders were a team from one of the older editions of Blood Bowl. So the Arctic Crag Spiders, the epitome of the Norse playstyle. The Arctic Crag Spiders hit with the speed and power of an avalanche. The Arctic Crag Spiders were blue and white, and they were from, I think, 2nd edition. And I think they were Norse. They may have been giants. Don't know. Anyway, the Vinheim Valkyries, I think we've heard that team before. For Blood Bowl appearances. Now, I love this bit. The famous Norse teams is really good. Like, I love this bit in every Spike because you get a little bit of a flavour. Like, if you play 40k, you've got the different chapters of Marines, you've got the different clans and orcs and stuff, and it's just really cool. They've got different colours and different stories. I like this. It opens up the team a little bit more. It's always my favourite part, and we've got 4 new teams to kind of base it around. Arctic Crag Spiders flavoured Norse team is pretty tempting. So we've got Norska Rampagers there. This is the team spotlight. We've got the actual Norska Rampagers, which is the painted team at the beginning, the black, the blue and yellow, and it talks through their team, their career highlights. And we've got the Hall of Fame team, the Norska Rampagers here. Let's see what kind of absurd skills they've gone with. What have we got? Strip ball, yeah, that makes sense on a Valkyrie. Tackle, raiding party on Ivar Eriksson, yeah, nothing too amazing in here. I do like these. So this one comes in at 1935, so nearly 2 million gold pieces with 3 rerolls and some stuff. Raiding parties covered. Golden Brew. Here we go. So this is the Norska Rampagers hero team, the Hall of Fame team. If you ask the Rampagers, there is only one way to recover from a knockout on the gridiron: a pint of morning sun ale and a hard slap across the chops. When rolling to see if a player from the Norska Rampagers successfully recovers from being KO'd, they receive +2. So they basically just come with 2 kegs, which is fine. And they've got Oscar and Maple, 2 beer balls with no skills on the team. I like that. All right, so we've got the star player spotlight here for... I think I robbed that. Sorry, Games Workshop. For Ivar Eriksson. Now, I think we should probably do a little bit of a background episode at some point about who these guys are, because they're brand new to Blood Bowl. So there's Ivar Eriksson, we've got his career highlights, you've got the Dirt from the Dugout segment, which is always good for a bit of a read. Skrog Snowpelt is a new Yeti star player, so another new star player for the Norse team, so another new star player for Blood Bowl. So again, probably have to delve into the background. Now this is the stuff I really love in these spikes. Alternative league rules. So we've got the Northern Leagues here. So this is the Ice Bowl. So this is open to all. Coaches can use any team, 1 million gold pieces. And then at the start of the Ice Bowl, each team must decide which of the following 4 sponsors they wish to represent: Norska Face, Bloodweiser, Svensson Shipping Co., or Agmund's Apothecaries. So Norska Face, if they are your chosen sponsor at the beginning of each half, increase your team rerolls by 1. Bloodweiser, you can't buy kegs, you're already sponsored, and you get 2 free kegs every game. So a free reroll is 60k, 2 free kegs is 100k, so Bloodweiser's pretty good there. We got Svensson Shipping Company. You may select a special play card for free in all of your games. The card may be chosen from any special play card pack. Alright, they're normally, what, 100k? Something like that. That's pretty good too. And the Apothecary is, you get a Wandering Apothecary for free. Okay, so nothing too amazing, but a useful way to get those inducements onto your team. So, talking of inducements, there is a new inducement here just for this Norse Bowl, Ice Bowl. Which is the Norskan Seer. Some of the more superstitious folk in Norska believe that the wise and ancient sages of the north now interpret the word of Nuffle through the casting of the bones. So immediately after step 6 of the pre-game sequence, a team that has hired a Norskan Seer may ask them to read the bones. Okay, roll a d6. On a 1, the team loses a reroll. On a 2 to 3, you may change the weather result to any result you want on the weather table. On a 4 to 5, you can roll on the Prayers to Nuffle table. And on a 6, randomly select one player on your team that is available to play during this drive that does not have the loner trait. So everybody on this team except Journeyman and star players and the Yeti. Until the end of the game, that player gets a single primary skill of your choice. So interesting, not bad for 50k. On top of that, you've got weather table, a Norskan kickoff table. Now, I'm not going to go through it, but I do love all these additional tables, and we should probably do some leagues using these special rules because I really love it. You've got Coffin Corner, and you've got the Frozen Lake Blood Bowl pitch. At the start of the game, the surface is difficult to find traction on, but the player comes to a stop. Players may attempt to rush one additional time. However, players must apply a -1 modifier to each rush attempt. So the frozen surface side, if you are rushing as a Norse alignment, it's a 4+, but you can rush an extra time. Everybody else is a 3+, you get to rush an extra time. Additionally, at the end of each drive, before removing any models, count up the total number of prone players on the pitch. If the total between the teams is 5 or more, flip the board over to the fragmented surface side. So all those players hitting the deck have caused a chain reaction of cracks and fissures. The players are going to need to keep their balance to make sure they don't fall over. Players suffer an additional -1 agility when they dodge, leap, jump, or land after being thrown. I'm assuming because actually the ice is slippy and trippy. Wow. So if you're playing on the frozen lake pitch, you are not wanting to really move around very much. Got a chat with a rat there, and then we've got Norse balls. So the Hammer of Legend ball, so that's one of the cool ball options that come with the team, is this little Mjolnir thing. Whenever a player attempts to pick up the Hammer of Legend, roll a d6 before making the agility test. On the roll of a 1, the player is unable to lift the ball off the ground. Failing to pick up the ball in this way does not result in a turnover, however. Place the player in the square they occupied before attempting to pick up the ball, and that player's activation immediately ends. Only players of certain caliber are worthy enough to carry this ball. Alright, so on a 1 you just can't pick up the ball. And the second option is the Runestone ball. So whenever a player carrying the Runestone ball declares a pass action, that player applies an additional -1 modifier when making a passing ability test. Additionally, whenever a player carrying the Runestone makes an armor roll against an opposition player, they apply +1 modifier to the result. So the whole point here is that they are so heavy that a team's throwing game is likely to suffer, but having a blunt stone object is good for hurting people, which makes sense. Now we've got the playbook section, which I love. They go through each of the positionals, talk through what their benefit is, how they work. Pretty useful if you've not seen our team videos. And they've got some good starting rosters. Again, we've got videos for that. And team development. Is the video for that out yet? Not quite yet. Interestingly enough, I could get flagged in my video the other day for not putting Stand Firm on an Ulfwerener, and neither have they. So, you know, that's interesting. I get it. Stand Firm is great. Mighty Blow is better. And we've got some starting setups as well here. Now, I haven't done that video yet, but it's basically what you got here is you've got the anchor. It's still really good though. It gives you some stuff to read and get your head around actually starting to play a Norse team. Then we've got the star player spotlight for Thorson Stoutmead. So that's an interesting one. I'm going to have to go and review all the background for these guys because brand new star players is really cool. I love it when they expand the fluff, and it's going to be fun because they're going to be around. The Yeti model is probably going to be more popular than the Yeti itself, but Ivar and old Donkey Kong here are both, I think, going to be pretty regularly seen because they've both got some really extra powerful special abilities. Then we've got the Dungeon Bowl update. This is wicked. So the College of Beasts is gaining the 0 to 4 blockers, 0 to 4 Ulfwereners, a team with 4 Ulfwereners in the College of Beasts. Yeah, I like that. 2 beer boars is special, and up to 3 Yetis can be attached, which is not bad either. And the College of Heavens is gaining the Norse Raider linemen. Now that's pretty good for College of Heavens because their linemen aren't that good. The skinks are pretty great, but actually having access to a cheap block piece is going to be pretty great. Norse Berserker, 0 to 4 blitzers on the College of Heavens. Again, that's going to give them a bit more punch, and they get the Valkyries as special. So if you want to kind of spruce up the ball carrying ability, that's cool. And I like the way they're adding the Norse into Dungeon Bowl just immediately. I kind of thought they'd be waiting for a kind of like an accessory or something, an expansion. Anyway, then you've got the Mighty Blow comic, cartoon, star players, again, all in the same paint scheme. This guy is awesome. I cannot wait to build him. And that is the book. And there you have it. That is the book. That is Spike 14. Okay. Great detail, great fluff. All the team rules are in there. Some 3 new star players, which is pretty great. There's a league in there. There's ball rules. The only thing missing is a Norse wizard, which is a bit of a shame, but actually not everyone likes wizards as much as I do. I was really hoping for some kind of frost giant or Etienne or something to kind of delve into the Norse rules, the Norse kind of fluff, but actually it's not needed. I love this. This is great. This is still not as good as number 11, but Spike 14 is brilliant. If you're planning on playing a Norse team, you kind of got to pick it up for the rules. And if you like a nice bit of fluffy league play, then actually having the Ice Bowl rules in there is going to be pretty great too. Now, if you're a Blood Bowl fan, it's a pretty good thing to pick up and just kind of glance through anyway. So I'm a big fan of all the spikes. It's a shame we only get 2 of them a year. I'd like 14 probably, but I'll take it. Anyway, that is Spike 14 out this Saturday. Pick it up. It's good because more Blood Bowl is more better. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. We'll be back soon with more Blood Bowl content. Happy Norsing. Thanks very much for watching. We really appreciate your support. If you want to help support the channel even further, please like and subscribe, or come join us on our Patreon. We have early access to content. We get loads of feedback from you guys, and we try and do competitions as much as we can. Or you can get yourself some Bonehead podcast merch on our Spreadshirt site. So if you want to support a team, especially for the Bonehead Championship, you can pick up a shirt, a mug, things like that. It all helps support the channel, and we really appreciate it. Anyway, links below. Thank you very much. Happy blocking.